keep on learning. Okay, now let's learn how to do technique number 9 and number 10. Number 9 is shoulder seam sloping, and number 10 is neckline shaping. So we're gonna learn these two techniques together. So in order to demonstrating better, I added more stitches. So I have more stitches to work on to show you how to shape the shoulder seam and the neckline. So basically you see this big curve here is because I added more stitches on each side. Basically, when you reducing stitches, you form an inward curve, and when you add in stitches, you form an outward curve. Very straightforward, but it's kind of interesting. Next, here I'm demonstrating, I'm gonna create the slope for the shoulder seam, and in the meantime, I'm creating the neckline curve. So this is how it's done when you're knitting a sweater. So let's do the number 9, slope shaping. Okay, here is just me doing some calculation about how many stitches to leave for the shoulder seam and the neckline. Since I don't have a lot of stitches to work on here, it's just a demonstrating. There are many ways to shape in slope, but here as a beginner tutorial, I'm gonna introduce the most straightforward one, which is using the binding off stitch in stage to achieve the slope. So what does binding off in stages mean? So basically it's like you climb the staircase. First step, so as demonstrated here, I'm binding off 4 stitches. And then I keep knitting until I finish the row. So after I finish this row, I'm gonna turn the swatch to the other side, and I'm gonna start shaping the neckline. This is gonna be the neckline, and yeah, so I'm gonna shape the neckline because this is how the real knitting is done. When you're knitting a real sweater, you'll see how to do it. Now I'm gonna shape the neckline curve. Shaping the neckline curve is same as shaping the armhole curve. Here it's probably a little bit confusing for you to understand, but it's hard for you to understand, just to skip this step, because I will have a more advanced tutorial about this part, and you will see, because it's a little bit more regarding the pattern making. So just so you can see, I'm shaping the neckline same as I shaped the armhole. So I'm binding up 4 stitches, which is the first step of shaping a curved line, and I'm gonna keep purling this row. Now I've finished purling this row, and we turn to the other side, since this is the staircase where the staircase is coming up. So that's what I mean. So remember, that's the 4 stitches we bound off 2 rows ago, and now we're keep binding off. So it's like a staircase. Now we're binding off another 4 stitches, 3 or 4 stitches, depends on how many stitches, because this swatch is kind of small. I don't have enough stitches to work with. So I'm gonna keep binding off 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm binding off 3 because I don't have enough stitches to show you. So now you can see a slope has been achieved. It's just like a staircase. And here I'm gonna keep knitting. Okay, here's the keep knitting, and here's the tricky part. Because since I'm also shaping the neckline curve in the same time, so I need to reduce stitches here. So I'm gonna reduce one stitch by knitting these two stitches together. And to shape the neckline curve. Well, if this part is too difficult for you to understand, you can skip it, because what you need to learn now is how to shape the curve. How to shape the slope for the neck seam. But I think you'll understand until I finish the whole thing. As long as how to shape the neckline curve and the